Morning, y'all. Josh here from a photography thing. I don't know if you can hear those sirens and fire engines and ambulances in the background, but anyway, I'm having a different kind of morning. Mm. I got my sipping on my concoction here, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of cinnamon, and some turmeric, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's called turmeric. But today is the day before the last day. Well, the last day pretty much before I head back to Philly. I leave. My flight leaves tomorrow morning, and this has been a very, very enlightening, fulfilling, um, and just soul feeding kind of experience and trip. And this is just the first of a bunch that are coming up. This project is going to take some time, so I'll be checking in with you guys periodically with in regards to this project. But it's been great, man. This family is amazing. I feel super comfortable. Even before I came here, I knew they were going to be family, but like it was just confirmed since I've been down here. This family is amazing. Like you can tell. I mean, you got a lot of nice people in the world, right? And you got a lot of like associates and stuff like that, and people you can tolerate, people you have fun with, get along with. But there's not many people you come across to where it's like, man, some cool folks, man, like like cool people, man. Like you can tell. It's just, and I'm a feeler too. I've always been a feeler. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm an artist. I'm creative because I feel my way through life, and I got nothing but good vibes from the people. Even before I wouldn't be here had I not gotten good vibes. That's not 100% true because sometimes you do what you got to do to get to the next level, but that wasn't the case here at all. Like I've always gotten good vibes from Brian Grasso, Carrie Campbell, and the two kids, Maya and Chase. What's going on, y'all? If y'all watching this, but anyway, what I wanted to talk about was quickly. I won't be quick. I won't be long either. It's a little piece of ginger skin. But what I wanted to talk about, as I sit here and reflect for the last day here, is the concept of taking money out of the equation when it comes to, in regards to like finding your passion or pursuing something. I don't even like to say find your passion because I think too many people approach finding their passion. Like I say, you haven't found it yet. They approach finding a passion like it's a gift, or like their passion is locked away in like a box somewhere, and they have to like find this box and open it, and it's like, oh, there's my passion. It's not really the case, or at least in my experience. You find your passion just by exposing yourself to things, right? Trying things out. If you have an interest in something, like check it out, make it a hobby for a week or a month or a year, whatever, or ask someone about it or learn something about it. Or there's a bunch of ways to get exposure to something, especially with the internet. Boom, if you're watching this on Instagram or YouTube right now, these are two great places to start to expose yourself. So if you're into knitting, YouTube some knitting videos. If you're into I don't know, roses and flowers, type in on Instagram, roses, flowers, whatever it is that you want to do, but expose yourself, put it in front of your eyes, and expose yourself to something. And then if it feels right to you, then take another step and see what comes about. But here's one thing I feel like a lot of people make the mistake of doing, and it's an understandable mistake, but you have to take money out of the equation, at least initially. Let's say you haven't found your passion, you're not jazzed about your job or whatever it is that you do. I feel like a big reason why people never pursue something outside of their passion, or, they never put in the time to find their passion, or put in enough time to like kind of curate, an interest in a particular subject, is because money is always at the forefront. And you can't really approach your passion the way you the way you found your job. Let's say most people just find a job. Whether you went to college or not, a lot of people just land on a job. And one of the biggest factors on whether or not you're going to get a job is how much it pays. Because most people, I feel like, well, let's just say, I won't say most people because I don't know most people, But if you have a job that you're not jazzed about, but you're working it, you're pretty much only there. The biggest reason why you're there is because it pays you money, and it pays you a certain amount of money, to where you were like, you know what, I can stomach that, right? Still no fulfillment, still no, you're not growing as a person, or you're just not scratching that you're like your itch the way you hoped in this job, but you do it because the money's there. And if you approach finding your passion the way you approach finding your job, you may never find your passion, because a lot of times I mean, your money can't be part of the equation. It can be, and it should be, probably eventually, so you can continue to pursue your passion, depending on the level you want to take it. But a lot of people don't start because they don't see a way to make money from doing what it is that they enjoy, right? If you're watching this now, if you have an interest in photography and you've never tried it, first of all, if you want to be a photographer, a filmmaker, and you're watching this on a phone, a smartphone, you have all the tools that you need. You don't need a DSLR, you don't need a mirrorless camera, you don't need a cinema camera. You need a phone. Most of the things I do are taken on my iPhone. Facts, right? Most. Okay. Probably 75% of what I shot out here doing a documentary has been shot on my iPhone 8 Plus. It shoots 4K, 100 to up to 240 frames per second, image stabilization. I mean, what else do I need, right? If you're watching this on the phone and you want to be some sort of visual creative, you have all the tools you need. You can upgrade later if you want to, but you don't have to. But anyway, right, take money out of the equation to create enough space for you to feel comfortable just pursuing it, just for the just for the sake of pursuing it, pursuing what it is that you may want to do. And don't get locked into thinking that, finding your passion means you find this one thing, and you have to be locked into it. I'm piggybacking off of what Brian said in the car earlier, one of these days. Finding your passion is more like a buffet. It's not like one thing you find and you have to stick to it for 40 years. It's a buffet, right? You try things out, you do a little bit of writing there, you do a little photo shoot there, you do a little video here, you do a little blog post there, right? You do this experience, do a little wedding there, whatever it is you want to do. If you like to knit, you do a little meetup group here where they knit, and then you knit your mom a sweater, and then you knit some socks, and then you try to put it up on Etsy or Shopify, you try to sell some socks. But you have to expose yourself to things without money being like the biggest determining factor in whether or not you should do it or not, because you won't, a lot of times you're not going to make money initially. And if you're like, all right, well, if I'm not going to make money doing it, then I have to just keep doing the crappy job that I don't want to do because it pays me money. And money will always be your master. You understand what I'm saying? Am I ranting here? I don't know. Having a good time with my tonic and my Arizona weather. But yeah, so I guess that's all I wanted to say. It's not a long rant. I just want to encourage you to get money out of the equation. If you want to find your passion, if you want to find something that you enjoy doing it, find just the joy in just doing it. Again, I'm not saying don't ever think about money. You could think about money from the jump. You could think about money from the beginning. But I'm saying don't let that be a factor in you not exposing yourself to something. If you're like, oh, because remember, the way you find the way you found your job, if you don't enjoy your job, and the way you find your passion are not the same things, right? You find your job by finding out, oh, how much do they pay? How much do they pay, right? Would you work a job that you hated for $2 an hour? No, you would not do that. But if they pay $50 an hour, then it's like, oh, well, even though I don't like this kind of work, I'll do it because it pays $50 an hour. But you can't approach your passion like that. Your passion initially will probably bring you in $0. In fact, it may even cost money, right? It'll even cost you money. But this is one thing I've heard and it resonates with me. Finding your thing that you're, excited about, that you're passionate about, that you're jazzed about. And of course, this doesn't apply to everyone. It's not like it's a gray world. It's not a black and white world. But you're going to make way more money pursuing something and doing something that you really enjoy doing, that you have a passion for. You're going to make way more money eventually doing that than you will ever make doing something that you hate for a paycheck. Does that make sense? If not, I'll say it one more time and maybe a different way, or maybe the same way. If you pursue, you got two things: something you're not excited about, something you are excited about. You may be making money from the thing you're excited about now, but if you find something, you may be making money from the thing you're not excited about now. But if you find something that you can be excited about, and that you are excited about, and that you become competent in and become great in the long run, you're going to make way more money doing that than you will doing the thing that you're not jazzed about that you get paid to do now. You know what I'm talking about? All right, folks. Again, this is Josh from a photography thing. FYI, too, when I come back to the state, to the states, I feel like I'm in another country. When I come back to Philly, I'm starting a photography group, like a street photography group. But I think the emphasis is going to be more so on social media, meaning like Insta stories and Snapchat. So instead of just, I feel like, and this would be like the beginning of a new video, but I feel like the new way to be an artist or photographer, like every industry, let's not even talk about in this video. I'm going to stop this here, and I'm going to shoot another video talking about that subject because I feel like I'm going to be a while. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. Go out there and pursue something just for the sake of pursuing it. And I will talk to you guys and see you in the next video. Adios.